Hi. So, this is my evaluation for Crusaders project. I'm going to need to talk really fast, so I'm going to get ready. Okay, I have 14 minutes and 35 seconds to 1,322 words. Okay, autonomy. Sometimes I've noticed that I need guidance and support with my work. This includes both physical work and written work. However, once I understand directions and help given by a peer, I'm able to easily know what I need to be doing and how to carry on independently. This was rated a 4 on my skills audit at the beginning of the project. I would now rate it as a 6 as I feel that I have improved but not to full capability. Focus. I rated my focus skills as a 4 on my skills audit at the beginning of the project. This has always been an issue for me. I've always struggled to concentrate and focus on work and find myself doing random things in rehearsals, such as dancing in the back of the room or distracting others. I would rate myself a 5 for this now. I know that this will be hard for me to improve and it may take a while, but it's something that I am trying to work on. Time management and organisation. Time management has also been an issue for a while for me. I end up doing work at the last minute and getting stressed. Motivation is an issue that links to this for me, as is being distracted. I am rarely organised, but do know what I need to be doing most of the time. I would rate myself a 5 for this now. I am getting help to support me with these issues, and I'm going to try different methods, such as maybe making a home timetable or limiting time doing certain things at home. Okay, 1 minute 50. I wrote way too much for lighting, but here we go. On Monday, we used normal warm lighting to portray a school environment. We then switched to a dark lighting to show that we were in a dream. This worked well and made a clear difference between the settings. We also used a red light to show horror in the dream scene when we talked about war. On Tuesday, we used a low light which showed the audience that the setting was scary and unfriendly. This worked well to show this, but it also made it hard to actually see us. We had to change this so that the audience could see our facial expressions and movements. The cage melting was shown by a change in lighting and the use of special effects lighting. In Wednesday, we used special effects lighting to put spotlights on the main points of focus. This worked really well, but it took a lot of time to get the positions correct. The lighting then changed to blue again. I don't feel like this worked, and the transition was too rough. The blue lighting was confusing now, as we used it in our dream scene. It may have given the audience a wrong idea. The Thursday scene was using a warm spotlight to focus on the two characters on stage in the second part. This worked really well, as when watching the footage we could not be seen completely and my focus was drawn to Bex and Arlene. The crossover and lighting used in Friday worked really well in my opinion. It focused the attention and the white light showed how it was torturous and nasty. The blue light was used again in Saturday, which again could have confused the audience. I can see how it was meant to be used to show darkness and nighttime, but it could have given the audience the wrong idea. A dimmer white light was used in Sunday when in the flashback part starts. This worked well to show this difference in thought and emotion. The blue light was used to show dreams again, which made sense and worked well. Then as the dream ended, a normal bright warm light appeared. This showed happiness and made the audience feel joyous. Sound. We only used 2 pieces of recorded sound during this performance. In the cage scene, we had a mixture of everybody's voices. This made the audience feel uncomfortable and was also quite scary considering the situation of the cage. It added tension and gave the audience hope. We also used a recorded sound in Saturday. A bad point about these recordings is that they were often too loud. This made them boomy and hard to understand. Other sounds we used, such as firing of guns and the cocking of the guns. These I found were also too loud and made us jump when we were on stage. During all rehearsals, they were often out of time as well, which made it look unprofessional and messy. 4 minutes. Set. We didn't use any set during this performance as we were using physical theatre. We made everything with our bodies. The only things that we had on stage at all time were our prop boxes and props. We used a lot of props during this performance to make the performance make more sense and be more realistic. Some props we used were actually quite annoying and made our performance less professional. The ropes we used would take a while to put on and take off and hurt Louis. We tried to make this better by using carabiner hooks, but it only improved it a bit and it still took a while. Costume, hair and makeup. I realise that I've only been through 5 minutes and I've got 15 minutes and I am over halfway through. So I'm just going to speak normally. We tried to use simplistic costume with minimal changes. In the first scene, we had to show that we were school children, so had shirts and ties. Our ties doubled up as props, which were very useful to give the image of the cage. We had blacks underneath, so when we changed, we wouldn't stand out and attract all attention, and again stuck to the simplistic theme. Other characters required different costumes, which we tried to make simple by only using small pieces of clothing that linked to the character and where they were from. Special effects, like this. We didn't use many special effects this project apart from the digital lighting. The cage in Tuesday was made using digital lighting, as were the spotlights in Wednesday. These worked really well but were restricted by the border of the projector, like it cuts off. One sec, need to change the thing. There we go, scroll down. Performance style and techniques. In this performance we use Steven Berkoff's style. It includes non-naturalistic features and focuses more on movement than voice. We switched to this unintentionally but found that it worked well. We also worked on physical theatre. This focuses on working as an ensemble using minimal set and instead using our bodies to create set and objects. This was effective in telling our story and we used it very well in my opinion. We tried to use naturalistic acting in our piece. Two-man team. Sorry, Dad's texting me. Later, this switched to Berkoff, but we tried to include this style as much as possible in our characters. Use of physicality. Crikey. We used physicality a lot in this project, as physical theatre was our main focus. We made things such as trees and mountains with our bodies. I feel like we used this effectively and with skill. Skill. Use of voice. These are the last couple now, aren't they? Yeah. I feel like I used my voice okay in this project. I know that I definitely could have used projection more, as it was a reoccurring feedback point. It is something that I must improve on in my skills audit. We did not use accents at all in this project, though I know there were opportunities to, such as in Nadine's scene, where they're from a different country, and yeah. Use of characterization. Oh, I got little hairs. Oh. Right, I feel like I portrayed my character quite realistically with this performance. I had to portray an idiot. That's literally what it says. How do I turn the I can't turn the camera around. Look, it says, I had to portray an idiot. I had to be cool but silly. Personally, I feel like it's typecasting, as I'm lively and silly most of the time. We had to switch characters quite a lot during this between each scene, which could sometimes be hard, but I think I did okay with it. Often we had to switch from being a character to being neutral. Spot. 5 minutes. I'll do some weird things. Alright, look at this. So this is this little thing that I got at the back of my room. And look who it is. Look at that haircut. Look out that. Oh! Oh! It's only there because Windows are horrible.